Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Wanted to get on here today with another favorites video, and this is going to be the rest of my lifestyle for this month. I did the first part in a previous video. I will link that down below. This is going to be lifestyle and spiritual, and I've got some good ones. So I'm going to jump right into this, starting with the lifestyle. Okay, y'all, this first one, I'm so passionate about this. I've been talking about it over on Instagram. Okay, this is a sleep aid, but maybe not. I use it for sleep. It would be great in the middle of the day to de-stress. What I'm talking about is called Nemo's Dreamscapes. And what it is music from the 20s and 30s, and it sounds like it's coming from another room, from an old phonograph or an old stereo of some kind. It sounds like it's coming from the next room, and some of them, it's got rain sounds. Some of them, it's got thunder. I tend to not like thunder because it kind of startles me awake. Some of them, I think, have crickets. It's a very soft rain, and the music sounds like it's coming from next door. It makes me feel like I'm in my grandmother's. I saw a comment, and I thought, yes. He said, this makes me have memories that I don't really have. That's exactly right. It makes me feel like I can remember being in my grandparents' house and hearing that music play. It's dreamy. I cannot even tell y'all. So if you can have something, some kind of a music, or, you know, if that helps you sleep, highly recommend. I put them on a playlist, on a YouTube playlist, and there's a setting on it where you can push it and it will make it repeat through. But he's got some that are like 11 hours, so it'll go all night. Okay, next, I have a couple of things that I got for Christmas that I really love, and you might love them too. If you are in the market, excuse me, if you are in the market for a purse or a wallet, my husband usually gets me a new Dooney and sometimes a new wallet. He started doing that, and I wanted to show these to you. And what I like about it, I like that it is a bigger crossbody than I have. This is a good, substantial size crossbody, but still light for carrying in somewhere like the mall or dinner. And I like the little tassel on it and the little ring, and I don't have anything like this. This is called the Dottie Florentine Large Dottie Purse. And I will show you what it looks like on. Yeah, I love how casual it is. And yeah, it's just a great everyday purse. It will hold everything. And this is in natural. So love that. And then I also got a Dooney wallet, and I talked about Dooney wallets last year, and I'm going to link both of these. The one I've been carrying all year, this is called a Florentine Large Zip Around in the color Natural. I have loved this wallet so much because if I'm just running into a grocery store, it will fit my phone if I don't have the case on it, and I don't have it full of other stuff. But I love how big it is in there. I love it. Yeah, I loved all the compartments. It fit everything nice. I loved this so much that I haven't switched to my new one, but I do love it too. If you like something smaller than this, I think this is so pretty. And it is still going to fit everything, but I wanted to go ahead and show it to you. I don't have my stuff in it yet. But I loved the stitching around it. I love the leather of it. And then inside, it's got a lot of room. It's got, you know, a bunch of pockets for your cards and your checkbook. And it just feels like, you know, pretty spacious in here. The little zipper part is on the back. And yeah, I love a Dooney wallet. This one is the Florentine Continental. This is the large zip around, and this is the Continental. Dooney wallets have just really become a favorite. Okay, then I have a couple of things kind of to precede my spiritual, because these would almost be spiritual, but even if you're not a spiritual person, I think you might like these. The first one is Dry Bar Comedy on Facebook. My husband found this, and we have found some of the funniest comedians on here. And why it's called Dry Bar is because it's at a dry bar. A dry bar is a dry, people go and they're not drinking, and I don't think there's any cussing on it. They're clean. And we have found some of the funniest comedians on there. I believe this is through Facebook. You might can just go to drybar.com. I'm not sure. But Brandon Vestal, Andy Woodhull, and Reno collier are so funny. I'm sure there's thousands on there, but I will list those down below. So if you like comedians, but you want it to be clean and not with all the cussing, Dry Bar Comedy is hysterical. There's some really good comedians on there. And then my next favorite is kind of a 2-in-1. It's Up TV, and I watch this on Dish. On Dish, it's channel 188. It's Up TV, and it's wholesome TV. Little House on the Prairie, Gilmore Girls, Reba. It's just a lot of really clean shows. And how I discovered it was when my mom was here. She came for about 24 hours before we found out my house had COVID in it. And while she was here, my husband turned on Little House on the Prairie because he knew it would be good and clean. Okay, my mom left and I have not turned it off. I watch it all the time. It is comforting. It is like a throwback to the 70s, to my childhood. I'm watching a simpler time, and I cannot believe this was on a network channel. It talks about God all the time. It talks about Jesus. It talks about their Christianity. And it is just a show full of goodness. So if you remember the 70s fondly and you need a little bit of an escape, Little House on the Prairie. I believe that's on Peacock TV too. Okay, and now I'm going to get into the spiritual part. So if you're not spiritual, you can click off, but thank you for visiting me. And I'm going to continue talking about Little House on the Prairie because there's an episode, and it's season 8, episode 22. And the name of it is He Was Only 12. And it's a 2-part, and part 2 is one of the most moving things I have ever seen. Charles has an adopted son, which I didn't even know that they had an adopted son. He has an adopted son, and that son gets injured, and they think he's going to die. And Charles goes on a quest, like a religious quest. He takes him out, and he is searching and praying fervently to the Lord. And he talks about Moses. And he's praying and talking about his faith. I cannot believe this was on network. Just makes you realize how far down things have gone since the 70s. I'm not trying to be negative, but it was such a blessing. And I kind of made my husband watch it, and he was like, I do not want to watch this. And by the time it was over, he said, thank you for making me watch that. It's great. I highly recommend it. It was part 2. I didn't watch part 1. It was season 8, episode 22, part 2, and I will have that information down below. Okay, my next favorite for spiritual is this year I did not have any New Year's resolutions. None, not one. But I do have a favorite saying or a phrase that I'm going to try to live by, and it is dying to self. I'm going to put it up somewhere here on my wall. Dying to self. Not what do I want to do today? What does God want me to do? I want to do a video. Well, okay, what does God want me to do? Does he want me to be talking to somebody that needs me? I don't want to go to church on Sunday. What does God want me to do? It's kind of like the Nike slogan. Just do it. That's dying to self with your workouts. And I want to die to myself with the Lord. this year. And I started that last year, but I'm going to make it full on a goal this year. It's just on a day-to-day basis, what do I need to be doing? So my phrase this year is going to be dying to self. That's my yearly goal. Okay, and then I have vlogged a couple of things in my living room, so we're going to go vlog those, and I will be right back. My next favorite is over here, and it is this little cross. Hold on, let me turn it around. It's this little cross. It's wood, and it says, "Be still." And what I like it for is I always have a stack of books out. Devotionals I'm doing, or, Bibles, like a different version of a Bible that I'll have sitting out. And I like to just leave them sitting out so I'm not digging through drawers or cabinets for those, or bookshelves. So when I put that little cross on it, it just makes it look like it belongs there. Instead of it just being, like a stack of books I've left sitting out. I love that little cross. It just kind of makes it look like these books belong here. And I don't know, I just love it. All right, and then while we're in here, I'm gonna go on to my next favorite. And this is such a big one. And it is these little statues, these little figurines. Hang on, let me turn on the light so you can see real good. These are Willow Tree or Willow Creek. Hold on, bring it into the light. And I love these little figures. These are by Willow Tree, and you can get these online or at Mardell Christian Bookstore, probably a lot of places. And I love these so much. They make precious gifts. We got this one at our White Elephant Christmas for my family this year, and it kind of represents my father because he was such a reader. He had a library full, just bookshelf after bookshelf of books. He was always reading. And so this represented him, and I got this, or my husband got it, and so I put it up here, and then I put this little angel in front of him to represent me and my father. And I just love those. All right, and then I'm going to take you back in my room, and my husband bought one for me, one for my daughter, and one for my son. And I love them so much. This is the one my husband got for me. I believe it's called Anniversary. And it just looks like me and my husband. He always protects me and cherishes me, and I love that. And then the one for my daughter and my son, I'll put pictures up. But these little figurines are so special and make such a special gift. So the Willow Tree figurines are a big favorite. Okay, next I have a couple of books, and I'm going to start with the one that I read first, and I don't have it. Hold on. Okay, this is by Randy Alcorn, and it is called Heaven. And I started reading this years ago, a long time ago, and it changed the way I thought about heaven. Totally. And it made me so excited for heaven. Yeah. And I picked this up again and read it again and finished it because when my dad passed, I want to have a clearer image of where he is. And so this really helped me to be excited, and I just loved it. It really changed what I thought about, because I didn't really have a thought about where I'm going to be going. And so I loved this. Now, I will say I liked the first half of it better than the back half, but I would buy this book just for the first half of it, because to learn about the new heaven and the new earth and how he thinks all of that is going to come to be and what it's going to look like was so uplifting and positive, and I just loved it. So I'll keep this for just the first half of the book, and then I bought another one for you girls. I'm going to put this in a giveaway so one of you can be uplifted with me on this. So we'll talk about my giveaway, how to join that at the end of this video, but well worth a read. Okay, and then next, and I can't remember if I had this in my yearly favorites or what videos this has been in, but I know it's never been in a favorites, and that is My Utmost for His Highest. Now, this is the updated version, the updated edition, and I just love this so much. I started reading it again because when my dad passed, he had read this for a couple of decades. through his life, and he would make notes in it, and it was kind of like a journal. Now my mom has it, and he has been reading it. He would write the year every time he went through it again. Started reading it in 1993, and he was one of the most godly men I've ever known. And he read this every single day. So now I'm reading every single day, have given it to so many members of my family, and this is just a wealth of knowledge and wisdom. And I love it so much. I never miss it. I just think this is a must read. I will read this continually. Okay, and then a Bible. If you have been watching my spiritual segments, you know that I love the Life Application Study Bible. This is the NIV, and I love this Bible. I really have probably 5 of these, and I love them. I don't know why I keep buying them. It's like backups for my Bible. Well, at Christmas, I was talking to my brother, and he was talking about the MacArthur Study Bible, and he said the notes in the MacArthur Study Bible are his favorite. So I immediately bought one, and instead of buying another NIV, I bought the New King James Version, and I'm so excited about this. I love when I'm doing my memory verses or whatever, or a Bible study, and I'm just, really digging into a verse. I love to pull out the New King James Version and get another version and see which one I like better to memorize verses or whatever. And I love this Bible so much. I do love his study notes in it. I love the New King James Version of it. It's just something different. I've only had this for maybe a month, but I love this so much. It's nice just to have another version. And then while I'm talking about the Bible, these pens. I am always looking for pens that don't bleed through and that I can write because I have a small amount of area to write in. I found 2 pens that I love. And I would say the one that's at the very, very top is this one. But I love this one too. This one writes a tiny bit lighter, I would say. This is the Pentel RSVP, and it doesn't, you have ghosting where you can see on the next page that you've written, but not bad. And I love the fine point of it. I can write so tiny with this, y'all. I can write tiny with that. So I love my Pentel RSVP. Okay, and then also these by Mr. Penn. And I think I saw these on maybe Coffee and Bible Time. People like to journal with this pen. And this is a fine point, so you can write tiny. And I think this writes a little bit darker than this one. And I love them both. So it's just kind of a preference. I love the ease of these. I can find them anywhere. And these I ordered on Amazon. So I have tons of both of them. I'm going to do both of those as stocking stuffers this year. Love those. And that is all of my lifestyle and spiritual favorites. Oh, and my giveaway. To enter this giveaway, tell me, out of the books I talked about, which one would you most likely read? Which one of those would you most likely pick up and read? And that will enter you in the giveaway for this book on heaven. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and order another one of my Utmost for His Highest. So it'll be this. This will be my giveaway. And and that's how you enter. So good luck to you. In 2 weeks, I will announce the winner at the first of another video. And that's all I have for you. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Leave comments and questions down below. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Y'all have a good day. Bye.